So Sag, this is what happened. This is the third reading now that I've literally started and it just collapsed. So I got down to this sort of sneaky behavior and started to realize that I may have to delete some of the old videos to make space. I know. Duh. Anyways, so starting off with a reading that I already have done for you, okay? I'm just picking back up in the energy. I'm going to be honest, but it's still going to be a good one. I mean, it's still going to be a good one, so follow me. Got a little bit of chai tea with some milk, so excuse me while I stay sipping because I don't want it to get cold, okay? All right, so we have the Seven of Swords came up, speak of some sneaky behavior. I don't know. And then the Death card as your heart. So what I was getting from that is that a lot of things have been going on because I was talking about the retrograde and how rough it has been, and thanks God we're coming out of it. But I feel like during the last few days you felt a little lonely. Even if you were surrounded by a bunch of people, going out, having a great time, doing what you usually do, I think that you still feel lonely. Now, the funny thing about these people around you, I was channeling, is that these people are carrying the energy that you typically would bring to the scene. They're like, come on, what's wrong with you? Like, you know, like, this is so not you. And you're like, I don't know, Mel. I don't know. And so I feel like you're having a hard time explaining your reluctancy in a lot of things right now. You're feeling the need to draw back. You're going through a transformational period in your heart placement. Your heart is like, it's like opening up to new adventures. And you're like, okay, Mel. So what I'm saying is that it's really getting ready to let some things of the past die so that new things can hold a place in its existence, right? So for those people, you may be coming off a little sly right now. You're hiding a lot of your truth from them. It's not for them to know anyways, so no judgment there. You're hiding a lot of your truths. It's two swords that you've left behind because that conflict you're just not ready for. You know, I'm not ready for it, Mel, but I will pick up these other 5 swords and say, you know what, with the rest of y'all, I'm done battling, okay? I'm going to take my thoughts, I'm going to take my resentment with me, and I'm not going to fight you about the things that I feel you've disappointed me on in the past. And that's the way you're showing up to everyone around you. There's an open gate to some sort of opportunity that you want to experience in love, and you don't want to go to battle with anyone about it. You know, you're ignoring too. Let me tell you, your truth and another person's truth, you definitely don't even want to hear right now. You're like, it's a been there and done that, Mel, and I don't feel the need to go back, okay? Save it for the birds. So I got you. We're saving it for the birds. Tweet, 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 tweet. Saving it for the birds. And so you're getting ready to walk through this opportunity in love. And so things are really, 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 really about to start dying. I mean, old severed ties of the past. You're like, toodaloo, toodaloo. You're like, oh, you want me to fight with you? Haha, I don't even care anymore. And so while you take those thoughts and verbs that you're not willing to give them, but still carrying them. Let's note that you're still carrying them out of experience. I mean, you have to, because some sort of the connections were not just them, but the both of you. Okay? Chugging along here. So you get ready to transform. In Scorpio season, I think that a lot of things in love come to the surface. You're opening up in love. Okay, opening up about an opportunity of love. Okay, all you see is grassy fields. I mean, like, Mel, the soil's good down here. Okay, I understand exactly what you mean. But you are standing in the middle of the astrological table. Is that a word, Mel? Run with me, okay? Make them up all the time, just for fun. And although you may appear like a sly old fox to some people, your ability and your gift is of expansion. Like, you represent Jupiter, so you are literally telling other people how to live their life by how quick you pick up and move. Like, so you mean to tell me I'm not really telling people? No, it's never about what you say. Only about what you're doing. How quick you're like, oh, heck yes. This is a new experience. It feels so good, and I'm just going to dive in it. I'm just going to dive in this, right? But there is someone that in the future, you're going to feel as though you can't trust them. You're going to feel like they're holding back from you, okay? And this could be you or someone you're connecting to. It's an Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, heavy on the Libra, but I don't feel like it's typically this person, because it's never about the person that you're coming into contact with. It's about how you ended up in contact with them, okay? Because a part of you is in alignment with them, so you share the same need to hold some sort of truth, right? Some sort of truth. All right, so it's a balance within the spiritual realm that I feel like neither of you are getting. And so that's how you're sort of in alignment at that point. You're like dangling out there, and your spirit guides are probably bringing you into this connection with someone you feel as though you can't trust, you or the person you're watching for, okay? Because energy is vice versa. And I feel like it's a little freeing, because at the same time there's some sort of hidden truth. It feels like being you again. And so you're drawn nonetheless, okay? All right, so Sagittarius, Sun and Moon viewers, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for receiving the message, you know? And if this should resonate with you, I would appreciate, and be so grateful if you could like, share, comment, or subscribe. Wow, in a resting period, you don't say. All this thoughts coming to you. Thoughts. And I think in a place where you typically aren't, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say, Sag, you're okay with people giving you a little bit of logic behind what's going on. I mean, I think at this point, you're like seeking the answers, okay? Not willing to sever ties with some sort of conflict you have with the past, because you're not ready. And you're like, Mel, I don't even want to touch on it. I don't even care to touch on it. I'm going to put that to the side, leave that as some sort of leftover, okay? I'll get to you when I get to you. But the 5 that you're taking is what you're going to be working on with no problem. Possibly with this Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini, heavy on the Libra. But what you're working together on is the unseen realm, coming into a higher awareness and understanding about black and white. Or maybe not even black and white, just black, dang it. Just darkness, because she's in the upright, upside down. So I feel like the two of you are working on the shadow aspects of yourself, because you feel comfortable laying your shit on the table. You know, like, I don't know what exactly makes you feel so comfortable with this person, and vice versa, but I think that it's a safe place for you to dive deep in, right? So the 4 of Swords talks about some rest that you're getting in this person that you can't trust, or you feel like you can't trust. That's so funny. That's beyond funny. Beyond funny how you'd find it as though I don't really trust them, but still I'm here to receive the messages, okay? So I've been through some things. I've seen a lot of things in my life. It's got me feeling like it can't be right. Okay. That song is coming through. I don't even know what song it is. Sorry. I just get some messages and keep going. I think that is, I don't even know. I'm sorry. I'm not really good with artists. I'm just good with lyrics. I'm not even good with lyrics half the time. Oh, moving along. Either way, the Four of Swords is talking about resting on some things you've experienced in your past, how they have hurt you, promising that you won't hurt this person. That's what that song's about. Even though I've been through some things, I promise I won't hurt you. Because you are the thing that I can't trust, but I want to. This is sticky. Okay, so as you're doing that, you're coming into your own truth. It's like being in a daze. Like, I'm going to be Peter Pan with you. I'm going to go off into Netherland and take a rest from my physical reality and kind of spin thoughts with you. Thoughts of my imagination. Thoughts of my childhood, right? Because if we're going to talk about our imagination, we're bringing about the childhood. Here comes the healing, and here comes the acceptance of the loss. Okay? So your future representation is going to allow you to step back into who you are, because you're quickly going to shift into the fact that you play very well with earth, with fire and water. Maybe earth, but fire and water mostly. And some of you may have both a fire and water sign. You know, I connect with a lot of people who have both, either fire and water in their head or heart space. But both water and fire, I always connect to have the same exact and the opposite in their head or heart place. So I feel like I'm connecting to a lot of you who have those placements. But if you're like a double Sag like my best friend, or a double water, well, we're not reading for water, but if you are the cross watcher coming to the message and you're double water, then you're going to end up in a healing period, okay? Watching and looking for this person to kind of transcend their childhood experiences, right? Those are the things that they're currently working on. So I feel like there's a water sign cross watcher. If you are waiting for this person to come into their awareness, it's what they're working on. They're avoiding you because they don't want to talk about it at this time. They don't want to work on it this time, okay? So they may be coming off like a sly fox to you. All right, Sag. So I'm going to pull a universal angel message and then an angel message, meditation message, so that we can dig deeper into this reading that we have for you. So far we have Libra and Scorpio and Sag on the table. There's a lot of air going on, a lot of overthinking, but like I said, for some odd reason, you're okay with that at this point. I feel like it's a safe place. It really is a safe place to communicate. Maybe you're spending time with friends and being completely open and honest with them, because, I mean, what was your answer when you said, hey, you're not yourself lately? I mean, you kind of have to say, I'm not feeling so hype right now. I'm just feeling like I have some things that I want to gain some sort of clarity on before I start moving around, you know? And this person understands, you know, this person that you're connecting with in your highest timeline, the one that's really adding that provoking energy towards your individual expansion in the way that you would be provoking to anyone else you come in contact. I think that you're coming to some sort of surrender with this person. Like, damn, they do me like I do them. Not them, but others. Like, I don't know. I feel like you feel as though I can't give this person what I typically can do with others. But in some sense, it's comforting. It's like, okay, since I can't just do you like anyone else, I can surrender here. Yeah, I feel like that's the reason for the surrendering. The fact that you just can't get past this person like you do everyone else. They challenge you on a mental level. All right, so in any moment, I can surrender to the powerful presence of love through prayer and contemplation and stillness. So some of you may have a divine partner who is Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo, okay? And I feel as though you're not as keen on diving into that. As we've said, you know, I've got 5 swords. I am going to change individually, but as opposed to this connection, I'm leaving it right there. I'll get to it when I get to it, just not today, Mel. Okay? All right, Sag. Now let's get your angel message, and then we'll go through your timelines again and wrap this baby up. All right, so we've got one angel message, the angel of flexibility. Wow, there's more than one way to get to where you want to go. And I think you, of all people, really like the surprises along the way. Like, the more and more someone tells you this is where you should be, the more and more you run to the opposite direction. Like, you can't see it before me, baby. And so I'm ready for the surprises of life, okay? Getting off on another path to the same destination, because it's the divine orchestration we're talking about. You can trick everyone else with your speed, but you can't trick the divine, okay? So you are taking another journey as it's shown in this, and you have a partner along with you. So you're not doing this work individually. It says when we are in tune with our souls, we get the inspiration that will help us not to harden or crystallize in relation to other thoughts, concepts, habits, patterns, or conditions. Woo, that's a long list. Check, 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 check. Yeah. Long list there. We'll work on it, okay? You and this partner are going to be working on this. It's a soulmate connection here with someone that you're a little like, man, I really have to do my work to keep up. My mental work, like mental exercises. I'm going to pull out crossword puzzles or whatever, Mel. But it sure is fun. And so that's why you both kind of go towards the light of this dark that you're working on together. You have it's like a fun journey, even though the both of you know you're full of shit in some way. That's weird. Anyways, it says when we are able to follow the flow of the intelligent energy in the daily affairs of our lives with flexibility, we create an openness for the spirit within us to come and make our burden light. Okay, so we create an openness for spirit within us to come and make our burden light, right? So you and this person working on mostly transcending all of your darkness in a safe place within one another, because again, you're aligning on the understanding that you may come up shorts in a few aspects of your life, okay? But you're both flexible about it. You know, you're like, I'll give and take there. You know, I know you have this tendency. You know I have this tendency. Together we meet on common ground. Okay? Wow, your video's going long. So, merge the timeline quickly, Mel. We've got past, meaning that you have decided, okay, there are some things I may want to work on in my mental health realm of things. I feel like it's a safe place because, dang it, I am working on heartbreak and understanding the way I feel individually. That's this card for me. Major energy coming through. Major energy. This is internal energy. Whew. And so it's energy that you can't just suppress anymore. You're surrendering to it because it's so strong. My need to transform the way I love others, because my love for myself is is showing differently. I want to show it differently. Okay? And so you're working on this water, fire relationship, right? Getting passionate about life again, getting excited about an adventure again, meanwhile still holding the cup, right? I feel like your eyes are still focused on who you are, and someone may be giving this to you, and that's how you feel like, you know what, just come along, just come along for the journey, okay? And then your highest timeline talks about, again, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, female. You're having a hard time trusting because they're recognizing their dark aspects and you're coming into yours. And so together you will allow yourself to accept some sort of loss that you've had in the past and move forward along this journey within this soulmate connection. Okay? For those of you who liked this reading, please like, share, comment, maybe subscribe. I'd really appreciate all your love and support. Until next time, bye, Sag.